my name is Rob Ribby, and I'm director here at Honey Rock, and I'm excited to talk to you about Advance Camp. Advance Camp is one of the most unique and powerful programs at Honey Rock, and it is at a critical time for young people between junior high and high school, and helping to equip and prepare them to manage that significant transition. It's a 3-week program that has a wilderness trip, some significant in-camp experiences around our activity areas and Bible studies, and then thirdly has a significant service component. The whole goal of the program is to prepare them and help them understand who they are and how they can stand for Christ and live in healthy and whole ways as they enter the significant years of high school. I think it is one of the best investments you can make at this important time in their lives. We hope to see you next summer. God bless.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College for the Women's CCIW Tournament here, as I said, on the campus of Wheaton College. I'm Abram Erickson here alongside Owen Phoenix. We're excited to bring you tonight's matchup between Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage, two teams that Owen have met before in the regular season, and two teams coming in closely seeded for the tournament. Illinois Wesleyan coming in as the 2 seed, and Carthage as the 3 seed. So Illinois Wesleyan had a bye. They're playing in their first game of the tournament tonight in the semifinal. Carthage got the win the other night over Elmhurst, getting them here to the semifinal. Let's take a minute to send it down to the court for the national anthem and for the player introductions. We'll be back before tip-off.
The NCAA position that in order for good sportsmanship to prevail, coaches, student athletes, and fans must display respect, fairness, civility, honesty, and responsibility before, during, and after all athletic contests. The CCIW encourages fans to enthusiastically support their team, recognize the outstanding performance of opponents, and always exhibit good sportsmanship in their words and actions. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King Arena on the campus of Wheaton College for tonight's semifinal contest for the CCIW Women's Basketball Tournament. At this time, we'd ask you please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's first game features the Lady Reds of Carthage College with a record of 17-9 this season against the Titans of Illinois Wesleyan University with a record of 21-4. On the scoreboard, Carthage will be the visitors, Illinois Wesleyan the home team. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First at forward for Carthage, number 3, a 5'10 senior from Genoa City, Wisconsin, Rachel Sidlowski. At a forward for Illinois Wesleyan, number 10, a 5'10 sophomore from Normal, Illinois, Raven Hughes. For Carthage at forward, number 4, a 5'7 junior from Franksville, Wisconsin, Sammy Woodward. And for Illinois Wesleyan, at forward number 23, a 6' even senior from Bloomington, Illinois, Maddie Merritt. At a guard for Carthage, number 13, a 5'7 junior from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, Maddie Kalber. Forward for Wesleyan, number 40, a 5'11 senior from Nokomis, Illinois, Ashley Schneider. Guard for Carthage, number 22, a 5'8 junior from Wilmette, Illinois, Autumn Kalis. And a guard from Illinois Wesleyan, number 12, a 5'8 junior from Bloomington, Illinois, Sydney Shanks. And a guard for Carthage, number 25, a 5'8 senior from Sycamore, Illinois, Bailey Gilbert. And at a guard for Wesleyan, number 22, a 5'10 senior from Park Ridge, Illinois, Nina Anderson. Carthage is coached by Tim Bernero, Illinois Wesleyan by Maya Smith. The officials for tonight's game, Steve Matuszewski, Rachel Stackhouse, and Jennifer Washoe.
All right, you got a chance to see the starting lineups again. If you're just joining us here on the Wheaton Sports Network, we are here presenting tonight's CCIW semifinal game between Carthage College and Illinois Wesleyan University. We want to thank you for joining us. I'm Abram Erickson. Owen Phoenix is my partner, and we're excited for this one. A game, as we mentioned before, between two teams that faced off twice during the regular season and had two games that were pretty close, both times meeting earlier in the season and later, and then Illinois Wesleyan coming up out on top both times, though. The tip goes to Wesleyan, and immediately out on the break is Anderson with the first bucket of tonight's game. Excuse me, that's Ashley Schneider. Now we see full court pressure, and here's a trap in the sideline. Dribbling through is Autumn Kalis. Kalis, the handoff on the other side to Woodward. Woodward, the first three-point attempt of the night, off the back of the rim hard. Ball's up and rebounded on the other side. Kalis with the offensive board. Ball's entered in the post. Sidlowski, post move, bangs it hard off the side of the board. Rebound, Illinois Wesleyan. Kalis with the ball. Dribbling through, pull-up jumper, and a travel called on Amanda Larson. Sydney Shanks.
And look for Carthage to be shooting a lot from the perimeter.
They break the press out front here. There's Woodward, spin move, nice left-handed layup that goes and ties our score 2-2 with about a minute gone in the first quarter. We see full court pressure from Carthage as well. Into the corner to Merritt. Back out to Anderson. Dribbling on the top. Looks like she wants a screen instead. Passes over top to Schneider. Schneider dribbles, gets a pass down to Hughes on the block. She's double teamed and taken away by Carthage. It'll be a turnover there for Illinois Wesleyan.
Carthage is passing around the perimeter a lot. They're a great three-point shooting team, so look for that to be their main weapon tonight.
Woodward's three almost drops as rimming out. Fast break up ahead. Ball goes to Merritt. Merritt looks to drive inside, kicks out now to Anderson. Anderson's three is short. Another offensive rebound, this time down to Merritt, and Merritt puts in the easy layup. 4-2 now our score with 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. Good job breaking the press there. Down on the block. Shot is up and no good, and blocked by Hughes. Up the sideline, Sydney Shanks with the ball. Shanks back around to the top, and now almost stolen by Maddie Kalber. Nice defensive play, but Illinois Wesleyan retains possession. Over to Hughes. Shot clock down to 10. Merritt attempts a long jumper. The long two is no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound out to Kalis. Ball's being rotated around the top. Passed inside, and that pass had too much on it. Sydney Shanks worked her way over to take that one away. Now she drives in, puts up the layup, and it drops. Beautiful move from the left side.
And I'm excited to see what Sydney Shanks can do tonight, leading her team in both steals and blocks as well as assists. She's all over the court in every game, and she's going to be a really fun player tonight.
Great inside pass from Kalis to Sidlowski to finish off the layup. We see both teams continuing to stay in this full court press. Working into the short corner, passes inside, shoveled off to Hughes, and a nice job there. Good ball movement for Illinois Wesleyan underneath the basket.
Yeah, that was a great play by them, really working around the defense, using those screens to their advantage.
Ball over to the top, and now it's Kalber who will take a three. It's a little long, and rebound out. And these are two pretty good three-point shooting teams. We've yet to see one drop tonight, but we've seen a couple attempted. Look for some of those to start falling as this game goes on.
Yeah, it's very surprising. Carthage having 3 players shooting over 36% from 3. Kalis shooting 45%.
We continue to see a lot of movement around the perimeter here, and now with just 5 on the shot clock, Shanks passes off. Inside pass down low to Merritt. Gets it off just as the shot clock expires, but ball doesn't touch the rim. It'll be a shot clock violation against Illinois Wesleyan. We'll see our first substitution of the night, and that'll be number 44, Maggie Berrigan, for Carthage.
And Sidlowski's going to the bench, but that was a great defensive play by her. Good job getting her hands up, getting a hand on the ball, not fouling.
Ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Carthage off of the full court trap. Woodward here to inbound. Ball goes outside. Kalis, the one doing a lot of the ball handling work here early. Out to Woodward. She's guarded by Anderson. Goes down but keeps the ball, and it's tipped out of bounds by Anderson. We'll see Carthage keep the ball underneath.
And I like this out of bounds cam we have now, giving us a great view of the inbound pass.
Kalber's three-pointer, or long two, no good. Merritt will take a three from the top of the key, and another one just rims out. Seemed to be about halfway down before it popped back out. Woodward on the drive, fast break. Kicks out, step back three-pointer. Looked like it was tipped. Rebound, Illinois Wesleyan.
That was a pretty move though, that jab step back. If she can get that to drop, I will be very happy. That'll be a great way to get your outside game started.
Into the corner to Anderson, look to enter it into the post. Spin jumper, no good. Ashley Schneider couldn't get that one to go. Good defense by Carthage. We're getting it just about to the halfway point of this first quarter. 8-4 our score, as there's a foul on the shot. And it's going to be Bailey Gilbert heading to the line for our first free throw shots of the night. Foul was on Sydney Shanks, and now we'll take a 90-second media timeout, and it gives us a chance to run over some of the accomplishments that these two teams have picked up during this season. Both teams having 3 players named to the All-CCIW team. So for Carthage, Senior Bailey Gilbert and junior Autumn Kalis both voted first team all CCIW, and then junior Maddie Kalber got the second team nod. Over on the Illinois Wesleyan side, 3 players as well. Senior Maddie Merritt and junior Sydney Shanks, both first team all CCIW, and then sophomore Raven Hughes, second team. So 2 teams evenly matched in that area, and we didn't take a long look back at 2 of their previous games, but as we mentioned before, they played twice in the season, once on December 1st and then on February 2nd, so a large spread, one early, one late in the CCIW calendar. The first game was at Illinois Wesleyan, and that was an 85-71 victory for Illinois Wesleyan. The second one at Carthage, and that was an 85-73 victory. So 2 games, the score separated by just 2 points. Illinois Wesleyan getting the nod in both of those, but 2 that were relatively close until the end.
Yeah, they were both good games, and what's interesting is that for Carthage, both games against Illinois Wesleyan, although they lost, their opponents, it was the most points scored against them in a game. They both 85. So they've had trouble defending Illinois Wesleyan, but they did a good job scoring. It's just, this is a good team, and having players like Maddie Merritt and Sydney Shanks who do so much and also shoot so well, that it's hard to contain a team like this that's just so well-rounded.
Gilbert's first free throw is no good. She's a 73% free throw shooter on the season. First one doesn't quite drop. We've got a second coming on the way. Second one is clean through, and Carthage will get right back in to that full court press. Schneider almost trapped. Now she finds a great skip pass over up ahead to Kendall Sosa. Shanks looks to work inside, passes over across to Hughes. Hughes gets a screen into the corner. She's guarded by Woodward. Now it's entered to Merritt, and a travel called as Merritt received that ball. Looked like she brought the pivot foot up just a little bit there.
And Abram, I thought she was good. I didn't see any movement, but the ref was right on top of it, had a better view than we did back here.
And now, just dribbling right through this press is Autumn Kalis, but tipped away, and Sosa's out on the break after the steal. Goes up, left-handed layup, and the foul. She's heading to the line for a chance at the N1.
And that was a great left-handed layup, using her body as a shield. Her defender just had to reach around, try to strip it, but that was a great play to get it up and in.
And this is where the trap worked out. Kalis didn't have a place to go with the ball, tried to keep it herself, and then just a steal. And on the other end, one thing to note, Kendall Sosa had in the first time these 2 teams met on December 1st, had a 27-point night. Her career high. Led the team, led both teams as well. So she's had good history against this Carthage team. Already got 3 there as she finished the N1.
She must be coming into this feeling pretty confident, and she should. That defensive play created good offense, and if you can manage that throughout a game, I see her maxing that career high tonight, if not surpassing it.
Schneider again works inside, pass out. And a 3-pointer is good. That's just like that. Kendall Sosa, 5 points on the board.
Sosa's feeling herself already. That's not what you want to see if you're Carthage.
Carthage, now Bailey Gilbert gets it down low to Berrigan. Berrigan works inside, right-handed hook, just rolls off the side of the rim. Rebounded out, and Illinois Wesleyan wants to stay on the break. Down low pass to Maddie Merritt. She's fouled hard, and we'll head to the line for 2 shots. And I'm not surprised to see this team going to Maddie Merritt as much as they've done early. She's their leading scorer, averaging 16.9 a game. And also their best free throw shooter on the team. She's an 87% free throw shooter on the season. That's in the elite territory. Makes the first here.
Yeah, that's an incredible stat. There's not many players we see throughout a season shooting 87%. In those positions where she's down low, it might be better just to get hands up in front of her, try to play defense without making contact, because now you know if you make contact, the odds are pretty great that she's going to make those free throws, and you're just going to get into foul trouble for no reason.
Both teams doing all right now. 2 fouls for Carthage, 1 for Illinois Wesleyan. As we see another one here, that's Illinois Wesleyan's second. Foul is going to go against Sosa. 16-5 our score. Illinois Wesleyan in the lead over Carthage with 2:48 to go in this first quarter. Saw a couple more substitutions. Gia Marino is one of them. Amanda Larson goes across the top to Woodward. Woodward looks to get it down low, but the pass is wide of Haley R.
This game so far firmly in Illinois' favor. They have been running the game, deciding how it's played. They've been doing a great job of running Carthage off of the perimeter where their greatest strength lies. As a team, shooting 37% from 3, but just not being able to get it working. They're struggling to find something to create offense.
Marina kicks down low to Schneider. Schneider wants to take it in. Instead has to kick out. Now it's Sosa. Takes the step back. Has to get it off as the shot clock works down to 6. Shot up off the rim. Schneider almost came in to get that rebound, but she couldn't get a hand on Riley Brovelli's shot. And now we see another turnover come from Carthage, and that's, if you're Illinois Wesleyan, exactly what you want your trap to do. Full court traps like this meant to create turnovers, meant to create errant passes just like that one. It'll be Illinois Wesleyan underneath. Works over Schneider, looks like a shooter play in the corner for Sosa. Gets one up, and on the top of the backboard it comes down. We see a foul and be an over the back.
And that is a smooth jumper by Sosa. She has one of those jumpers where it looks like every time she releases it, it might go in. Almost got her second in 2 tries there, just a little bit off.
Over the back foul came against Haley R. going up for that rebound. Merritt gets it on the elbow, right-handed dribble. Out up top, Arena takes a 3. A little short, rebounded out on the other side by Gia Marino. Minute and a half to go in our first quarter. Out now to Kalis. Kalis rotates it around the top to R, and it's back on this side to Larson. Gia Marino goes down low. R, a fadeaway jumper, and that's smooth. Nice little 10-footer from Haley R. And breaks a scoring drought for her team. Merritt up top over to Hughes. Hughes gets the screen, works inside, kicks out to Rena. Rena inside, tries to go back to Hughes. Ball's on the ground, both teams on it. It'll be a jump ball. Good hustle by R and Hughes, and it's going to go the way of Carthage. Good hustle play from both players. And in a CCIW semifinal game, that's what you expect.
Yeah, these teams are both coming in wanting to win. Illinois Wesleyan having a great history in the CCIW tournament, being very successful for the past few years. Carthage obviously having those 2 losses this year, trying to come in and prove something here. So they really are playing tough.
Looking to get it down low to R in the post. She's guarded by Merritt. Instead goes over to Sidlowski. Sidlowski puts it up, and there'll be an offensive foul called against Sidlowski. Let's see it here on the replay. Great entry pass over to the other side of the post, and just a little contact there.
Yeah, it's good to make a little bit of contact to create space, but you don't want to move in too much and drop your shoulder. That's how you're going to get called for that.
Good defense straight up by Berrigan, but the foul comes later off the rebound. You see it here. Does a great job staying straight up on Merritt, forcing the missed shot, but Bravelli was right there to scoop up the rebound and put up a shot. She's now at the line. Hits the first. 24.6 seconds to go in the first quarter, so the shot clock is turned off. Either team getting the rebound here or Carthage off the make will have a chance to play it all the way out. The rebound does go to Carthage, and if they want, they can have it till the end of the quarter. Woodward, who just checked in, dribbles against the press. Gia Marino has to get it into the corner. Berrigan now trapped, working around the top. 10 seconds to go. Kalber Guarded by Merritt off the switch. Back to Woodward. 5 seconds now. Drives to her right. Steps back outside. Puts up the three-pointer. And off the front of the rim right as time expires. And our first quarter here comes to an end with Illinois Wesleyan having a 17-7 lead. Here again on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, we are bringing you semifinal coverage of the CCIW tournament. Now the two teams, as we mentioned, in the 5 o'clock game, this is the semifinal. We've got the second half of the semifinal later tonight at 7 o'clock. That's going to see Wheaton College face off against North Park. And the winner of those two games will face off in the CCIW Championship tomorrow night. It will be here at Wheaton College, here in King Arena tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Whichever team comes out in front in both of these games, it's going to be a guaranteed good game tomorrow night. You're not going to want to miss that. So you got to make sure you want to tune in. Both Illinois Wesleyan and Carthage can go off at any moment. Carthage this season had a great game early in the year against Elmhurst, scoring 92 points, winning by 30. You can just see this team dominate. It's hard to predict a little bit because it does depend on their three dropping. And if their three won't drop, then they're really going to struggle to score. Tonight is one of those nights so far, 0 for 4. Granted, they're bailed out a little bit since Illinois Wesleyan only shooting 1 for 5, surprising as that is. But Sosa, the best three-point shooter on the team, only with 2 attempts so far, shooting 41% on the season.
Shanks now will start off our second quarter with the ball goes over to Hughes on the wing. Back up top to Anderson. Shanks again, look like they want to get it inside, and they do to Bravelli, and her layup drops as well. Nice little post move there. Ball passed across to Woodward. And Carthage breaks the press and wants to settle down here a little bit. Looks like Illinois Wesleyan dropped into somewhat of a zone defense here. Maybe a 1-3-1 look. Kalber outside. Looks to drive in, and that's a travel. Tried to plant the foot and just didn't have enough traction. Ended up slipping a little bit. Anderson here to receive the inbound. Shanks, her pass all the way across the court is out of bounds and a turnover. Great job from Carthage. That's a good press. And again, we talked about forcing turnovers. There's another one there. Both teams right now at 6 turnovers so far in this first quarter and minute or so of the second. Pass comes out and deep three-pointer off the front of the rim.
Yeah, both teams playing great defense so far. Great help defense, making sure to sag off of their own player to help when they need to.
That's a great high post feed coming into Maddie Merritt. Had the ball on the wing, recentered it over to the top of the key, and then a great dump down. Woodward gets the pass off as she goes to the ground, gets back up, and now it's a shot from the short corner, no good by Giamarino. Shanks up the side. That's going to be a loose ball foul against Merritt. Haley R. draws that one.
Merritt can't believe that she got called for that. But these teams are playing really aggressive tonight, which is what you want to see when you're trying to be competitive.
Couple substitutions for Carthage as a couple new players enter. Looking to get things started over on the other side. Larson dribbles up the sideline, and now she's trapped. Another travel is, again, we've seen it's so tough for teams to be able to try to dribble hard and then stop on a dime. You know, using either a jump stop or something like that. It's so easy to, when you're moving so fast, to drag that back foot as you try to plant, and that's what Larson did right there.
Yeah, it's a really challenging, and you have to have great ball control in order to prevent it. But with the aggression that these teams are playing defense, it almost doesn't matter.
Out of steal, out up ahead, and Kalber almost surely had a layup, but couldn't quite handle it. Now it's stolen away, and Anderson streaking up the sideline. Back to Illinois Wesleyan, 21-7, our score. Motions Hughes to go down into the corner, and back up top to Merritt. Ball goes over to Anderson on the near side. She drives to her left, 10 seconds on the clock. Gets it over to Hughes, who's wide open, and she's fouled and gets the shot to drop. And that's just a little bit of a defensive miscue by Carthage that left Raven Hughes all open underneath the hoop. And then the late arriving defender gets there and sends her to the free throw line. You see here, she just slips in behind that last defender, tries to help, and then puts the layup up as she's fouled by Bailey Gilbert.
Carthage, number 25, Gilbert, being a victim of great ball movement, getting drawn in.
Merritt coming up with the steal off the press. Kicks outside. Anderson's three-pointer short. Rebounded by R, and now it's Kalis that dribbles it up the sideline. Two Illinois Wesleyan defenders pursuing her into the corner. Great drive across the baseline, and that's going to be a blocking foul. You see it here, just off the baseline drive. Schneider just gets her with a little bump on the hip. It's enough for the referee to blow the whistle, so it'll be with Carthage on the baseline.
These refs are really controlling this game, not letting them get away with much, trying to keep it in, rein in the aggression just a little bit.
Ball over on the other side to Kalis. And here's another foul, and this one's an illegal screen that goes against Illinois Wesleyan. So let's see if we can get a look at it here. On the other side, just a little bit out of our camera angle there, but came up to set the screen, just set it a little late, and as a result, ball goes back to Illinois Wesleyan.
Illinois Wesleyan really needs to take advantage of these turnovers. Carthage already with 10, matching their rebound total for the night.
Ball goes up top to Anderson. Now it's in the corner. Merritt's got it. Looks to pass it over to Shanks. Back out to Merritt. Three-point attempt. It's good. And we see Illinois Wesleyan hit their second three-pointer of the night. It gives them a 20-point lead over Carthage. It's 27-7. As now in the corner, ball is trapped and working her way out of it. Nice job by Gilbert. Larson goes up, and her layup bounces twice off the front of the rim and then the back and just works its way out of the hoop. Seems like there's a lid on it for Carthage right now.
They can buy a bucket even after that great move by 25 Gilbert. I can't believe she even got out of that. That was a regular Houdini move out on the corner.
Shanks works inside, kicks it out to Schneider. Schneider's jump shot is short. Out on a fast break, up ahead. Kalis, three-pointer. And her three is good, and it gives Carthage their into the double digits, and it's also their first three-pointer of the night. 27-10 now our score with about 5 minutes to go in this first half. Shanks, a nice dribble move and trying to get something going. Gets a screen from Merritt. And now it's going to be a foul that goes against Amanda Larson of Carthage. She was trying to work through that screen, and just see her here. Squeezes in there and gets a little bit of a reach in. We see our first timeout called of the night by Maya Smith, head coach of Illinois Wesleyan. And we've got a quick second here to give you an update from Rock Island, where the Wheaton Thunder men's basketball team is facing off against the North Central men's basketball team in this same semifinal round of the CCIW tournament. They're tied 32-32 with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first half. Back here inside King Arena on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. And we're seeing a game so far that Illinois Wesleyan has been able to control. Owen, you said it earlier, and I think really one thing that's been important is they're controlling the pace of this one. When they want to go, they go. When they want to slow it down, they can slow it down. And really, Carthage just doesn't have a choice at this point to kind of play into their game, and that's exactly what Illinois Wesleyan wants.
You're absolutely right. Carthage is just being outright out-coached. Illinois Wesleyan has done such a great job of scheming for what Carthage is able to do. They know their advantages, the perimeter, getting the ball moving, and Illinois Wesleyan has just done a great job of getting it into passing lanes, setting strong screens, and just running them off the perimeter, making them drive where their strength doesn't necessarily lie. So I'm curious how Carthage is going to get out and change their game up a little bit to try to get the ball moving, get the ball dropped.
Inbounds play for Illinois Wesleyan underneath. Goes into Hughes at the elbow. Kicks it back out to Schneider. Schneider, the right-handed dribble to the corner. Three-pointer is up and rims out. Merritt wanted another one after she got the first one to drop just a couple seconds ago, but couldn't get it there. Now a trap, and ball will stay with Carthage as it's knocked out of bounds by Sydney Shanks. Ball will stay with Carthage, and the bad news for them is it didn't cross half court. They'll have to deal with the Illinois Wesleyan trap all over again when this ball gets inbounded.
Look for the players to make a streak down to the basket. They don't want to get a 5-second violation.
And there it is. It's out into the front court. Sidlowski goes up, puts in the nice layup, and that's great. Coach, great play that was drawn up, inbound play for Carthage. Over to Merritt, and now we see it look like they want to get it down low as well. We got Hughes posting up now and works inside. Great little two. Shot by Merritt is off.
I can't blame them for wanting to get it down low. Merritt is such a good down low player. We've already seen using her body to box out and just get good angles.
Ball stolen away and then saved by Schneider. A great play. Able to keep it alive for Illinois Wesleyan. They're on the break now and slow it down to set up an offense on the Carthage side. Kendall Sosa, jump ball called as ball will go back to Carthage, and a great defensive play. Hand went up and got all ball and just forced Sosa to come back down.
And that's just the strength of Berrigan. Sosa just couldn't do anything about it. Berrigan just muscling that ball down, and that's a great play by her. That's great defense.
Kalber works into the middle, gets it to Woodward. Woodward works it away around top. She's guarded by Schneider. Wants something to happen, gets it down low to Sidlowski. Sidlowski goes up against Brovelli. Foul underneath, heading to the line for 2 shots. See it on the replay here. Great job getting position. Works in with the drop step, and there's the foul. Brovelli got her across the arm. First free throw good by Sidlowski. She's a 73% free throw shooter.
And you can see just how the turnovers have affected Carthage so far. This only being the 3rd and 4th attempt of the game at the line. But having 11 turnovers, they just can't seem to get it in low and get offense moving under the basket. They're either intercepted at half court or stripped before they can make a play.
They are putting on a good defensive showcase here in these last 2.5 minutes, though, as they've held Illinois Wesleyan scoreless. Ball goes into the corner, and there's the shot that goes up and breaks that streak. That's Brooke Lansford with her first three-pointer of the night, her first points as well. Sidlowski goes back over to Kalber. Kalber gets over and knocks it into our scorers table here. Great defensive play, and now Woodward will inbound.
I just saw my life flash before my eyes, Abram.
Ball came right into Owen's space here, knocked over his laptop and everything, but Carthage keeps it. And that pass, just not a good angle to try to get it in the post to Sidlowski. Illinois Wesleyan out. Sosa as it works in. Great pass to Hughes. Hughes is guarded by Woodward. Kicks out. Lansford up top. Another handoff. Sosa has to work in the corner. Lansford will take another open three. This one just misses. And Woodward tries to save it, but can't as she bobbles it over on the sideline, so it'll stay with Illinois Wesleyan. Sosa will be the one to inbound here from deep in the corner.
And what's frustrating for Carthage, what they must talk about at halftime, is they're getting these stops. And what you have to do is turn these stops into points. Use defensive pressure to turn it into strong offense. But we talked about earlier, Illinois Wesleyan absolutely controlling the pace of the game. And at times, it feels like Carthage is almost panicking on the offensive end, doing a pretty good job of defense, but it's not going to matter if you can't get a bucket.
Second foul of the night for Larson. Ball entered down low to Bravelli. Bravelli kicks back out. We're inside Hughes, a jumper from the elbow. That's good. Extending the lead. Now out to 18. Calvert goes back across the middle to Woodward. Woodward, nice behind the back dribble to evade two defenders. Now tries to get it back over, and Maggie Berrigan's pass is tipped. And it'll stay out of bounds, and she's lucky that that one wasn't intercepted there, as defender almost able to get enough hand on it to keep it in bounds. Sidlowski a pass over top. Hughes able to swat it out. Again, it'll stay with Carthage, and that's just not a great angle to try to get that post within. She's got a good seal down low, but just couldn't loft the pass high enough to Berrigan, and help defense came over with Hughes and then Samantha Monroe.
And this defense by Illinois Wesleyan, more than anything, speaks to the amount of conditioning that Illinois Wesleyan has. Because they are playing double on every offensive possession by Carthage. They have been moving nonstop. It's impressive the amount of effort they're putting in.
Great up and under move by Schneider on the other side. Got her defender up in the air, stepped through, and finished the layup. A minute and 26 seconds to go in the first half. Illinois Wesleyan's got the 34-16 lead. Ball goes over to Woodward. Looks to dribble in the corner, tipped away. And we see another foul against Carthage. Let's see if we can see it. It's on the left side of your screen, so we won't quite get it there, but it was the second foul by Berrigan. It came on a screen, and with a minute 16 to go, Illinois Wesleyan will take over possession.
Illinois Wesleyan, we talked about Carthage having a strong defense earlier. Finally picking up a bit, going 3 for their last 4.
Pass into the corner to Shanks, works off of a screen, and now has to get it back up top to Merritt. Merritt loses the ball, goes up Woodward, the one to come down with it off the steal. And now Bailey Gilbert has it over to Sidlowski. Sidlowski dribbles inside. Left-handed layup is just short, bounces off the backboard. Sosa has it out front. She sees Monroe on the other side, decides to keep it. Passes out up top, and now there's 30 seconds to go. 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Inside pass to Schneider, and now a 3-second violation called on Schneider. She received the ball in there, but was hung around just too long, and possession now goes over to Carthage, and just like at the end of the first quarter, they've got a chance to hold on for a last shot if they so wish. Now they'll have to break the press first, as trying to get the ball out here. They've got to escape, and now a pass just into the middle of nowhere for Carthage, and that's great defense by Illinois Wesleyan. The press has been suffocating throughout this first half. That's the 14th turnover of just this first half by Carthage.
I cannot imagine the frustration Carthage has right now. Illinois Wesleyan playing the most suffocating defense I have ever seen.
Great steal by Woodward. She's got 2 seconds, tries to work it up the court. Last second shot attempt thrown up by Maddie Kalber is no good. But a nice defensive stop there to end the half as Woodward came away with the steal. So here at halftime of our first semifinal match of the CCIW Women's Basketball Tournament, Illinois Wesleyan leads 34-16, and we will send it away for halftime and be back after half. Thanks for watching on WTSN, here the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We'll see you after the half.
Hello, my name is Rob Ribby and I'm director here at Honey Rock, and I'm excited to talk to you about Advance Camp. Advance Camp is one of the most unique and powerful programs at Honey Rock, and it is at a critical time for young people between junior high and high school, and helping to equip and prepare them to manage that significant transition. It's a 3-week program that has a wilderness trip, some significant in-camp experiences around our activity areas and Bible studies, and then thirdly has a significant service component. The whole goal of the program is to prepare them and help them understand who they are and how they can stand for Christ and live in healthy and whole ways as they enter the significant years of high school. I think it is one of the best investments you can make at this important time in their lives. We hope to see you next summer. God bless.
I think a lot of today tries to emphasize how much you need to be the individual and how much you need to kind of have your plan set out for you as soon as you reach the end of high school. Vanguard just kind of popped out of nowhere, and the idea of a gap year, spending it in the woods, and I felt like I just needed to take some time away from the kind of rigorous academic world just to kind of recenter myself. I feel like this is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, was to take a gap year.
For me, going right to college was really kind of a scary thought because I didn't know what I wanted to major in, what I wanted to do. So taking a gap year was a really good chance for me to just grow and mature a little more before going to college.
Once a month we would have professors from Wheaton come up and run a seminar, and those were exploring big questions of faith or big questions that millennials face.
Also, just the Vanguard community itself is really tight, and we became kind of like a family.
I'm very thankful for these people who are willing to push me, but just care for me so deeply, and definitely I think something unique to this place, to Honey Rock, and to Vanguard as a program.
Basically the whole year was one immersion trip, being here in the Northwoods and interacting with the local community here. Another was going to the Dominican Republic.
It was learning and delving deeper into my faith, but without grades and without this pressure that I've always felt to perform. And I think having the opportunity to learn in such an intimate setting has influenced me in a really positive way.
I think what Vanguard does is it helps you to really discover your true potential and help you to kind of define your own calling.
It's a year of your life, yeah, and you might think, oh, this will set me behind all my friends, but it won't. At this stage in life, you're still so young, and there's still so much time to explore the world and to see what you want to study, and you'll have your 4 years of college, but you don't need to rush into that.
The person I am now compared to the person at the beginning is different in a lot of ways, but probably one of the most important ways would just be less anxiety about the future and more of just present-mindedness and openness to what God is doing and like what His plan is from here.
Yeah, I definitely think looking back on it, taking a gap year and doing Vanguard was the best decision of my life.
Every day, as students attend chapel, meet friends for lunch, or raise their hands in class, they encounter the Wheaton Fund at work, ensuring the excellence of their Wheaton College experience.
Because of the Wheaton Fund.
Because of the Wheaton Fund.
Because of the Wheaton Fund.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, Wheaton students receive a Christ-centered liberal arts education, led by world-class faculty, preparing them for a variety of kingdom vocations.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, all Wheaton students can grow in their faith through chapel, small groups, and real-world ministry experiences.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, students can participate in a more holistic Wheaton experience through extracurricular activities such as clubs, athletics, student government, and more.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, students get to live, learn, and play in world-class facilities. Everything from light bulbs illuminating late-night study sessions to lab equipment fueling discovery in Meyer Science Center. It is made possible by the Wheaton Fund.
Because of the Wheaton Fund, the total excellence of a Wheaton education is made affordable for all of our students. And that's only possible when family, friends, parents, alumni give generously to the Wheaton Fund. Because of you, lives are being transformed each and every day on this campus. People that will lead society and serve the church in the next generation. Because of the Wheaton Fund.
Because of you.
Christ at the Core is changing the way that we teach and learn on campus. It's the beginning of a 4-year journey, a pilgrimage, and study of the liberal arts in a Christian community.
The first time I heard about the Core Seminar was in my spring connection of my senior year. So what really stood out to me was what they said that went along the lines of, in order to know your career, you first have to know your identity. And that completely blew my mind because all the other schools talked about how I could excel in this subject and grow in this career field, but no one asked me who I was. Through the seminar and through my professor, Dr. Keith Johnson, I've learned that being a student is a vocation, it is a calling. The Lord has placed me here and my classmates here for a reason.
The first year seminar is really built around introducing what we mean by Christian liberal arts, and that is not just to study that, but to actually do it. As we read texts, think about great ideas, refine our writing, make arguments, listen respectfully to students who differ from one another.
So homework wasn't a chore. I engaged deeply with the readings because I wanted to come to class with an insight to share and ready to learn from the students around me. It was an exciting opportunity and I felt valued as an individual with the things that I could share with the classroom as well as learn.
The Christ at the Core and Advanced Integrative Curriculum is important for our students because it gives them an unparalleled opportunity for critical inquiry and to understand how their academic engagement informs their faith and also how their faith informs their academic engagement.
It's really cool to be in a class that is just combining two very different disciplines, being taught by two different professors, Dr. Townsend just in the Department of Natural Sciences, and then Dr. Barbegan in Christian Formation and Ministry Department, but then seeing how they interact so beautifully in class and how they really just build on what each other are saying.
Students are getting expert knowledge in two very disparate disciplines, and that they're now having to learn how to integrate this. Right. So it teaches them from a liberal arts perspective how to not only take kind of these silos of content and learn it, memorize it for a test, but to see that everything that they're learning contributes to one another.
One of the best things that I've experienced is team teaching and actually having a chance to learn from you.
No, absolutely, that's true. I remember when we had this moment where we were teaching Ursula Le Guin, and I thought, this is perfect because we've got a literary scholar and a political philosophy person together, and a man and a woman dealing with issues related to gender. And I thought this is such a great experience for the students to be able to hear us working that out, talking that together.
So one of the outcomes in the first year seminar is to learn how to articulate the gospel. And so we, as a seminar, gathered and went to the basement of the Billy Graham Center and went to the pulpit there and began to practice proclaiming the gospel to each other. It was fun to do it together, to hear each other as we were learning better how to communicate the truth of Jesus Christ.
Part of the seminar experience is that we really build a community over the semester that we are together.
One of my favorite memories from core class was actually not during class, but one night when Dr. Lauber, my core professor, had us over to his house for dinner.
And community really built around that. Having food, having coffee, and having our textbooks in front of us.
This was a really impactful experience because as a freshman first semester, it was so nice to have a night where I could spend time in a home with a family eating dinner. Dr. Lauber really showed that he first cared about us as people and then as students, which made my core experience even more impactful and started off my freshman year really well.
And ultimately, this is what it's about: an education for life, a preparation for a life of service, because Christ truly is at the core of what we're doing here.
All right, welcome back inside King Arena here on the campus of Wheaton College. We're at halftime, just finishing up here in this semifinal matchup of the CCIW tournament here between Illinois Wesleyan University and Carthage College. I'm Abram Erickson. I'm here with Owen Phoenix. And Owen, this is a game where Illinois Wesleyan has been strictly in control the entire time so far.
You're absolutely right. Illinois Wesleyan is absolutely outplaying Carthage. And a big part of it is that defense. You know, we've talked about it before. Good defense breeds good offense. And when you're able to get this many stops, control the pace of play, and not to mention get points off turnovers, you're going to be able to run away with it.
Yeah, mentioning the points off of turnovers, and that's a great point because both teams right now not exactly in ideal territory when it comes to turnovers. Carthage at 14 and Illinois Wesleyan at 10, but the main difference between, there's only a 4 difference between the turnovers. It's the fact that Carthage has only scored 2 points off of turnovers. Illinois Wesleyan scored 14 of their 34 off of turnovers, and a lot of that comes from that full court press that they've been so diligent in applying throughout the entire first half.
You're right, and we talked at halftime just how impressed we are with Illinois Wesleyan. And not only their good play on defense, but the sustained effort they're putting out there on the court. And part of it is just hard play and great conditioning. The other part of it is great substitutions. The Illinois Wesleyan coach doing a great job of subbing out players who are getting tired, and the advantage of having a relatively deep bench is that they can get out there and keep playing new players, keep throwing different schemes at Carthage, and Carthage just doesn't have the manpower necessarily to react and counter that with getting some scoring going.
As we come out, it will be Illinois Wesleyan's ball to start. Teams will switch sides, so Illinois Wesleyan will be going to the left on your screen. Carthage will be heading to the right after the switch, and we'll start now with Sydney Shanks.
Sydney Shanks having a pretty good all-around game so far. Only 2 points, but 3 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals.
We see an offensive rebound from Illinois Wesleyan. Ball goes back outside, and now great inside pass to Shanks. Tied it up, and they're going to say on the floor, although the basket did drop. Foul on the floor against Carthage. Looks like that came against Sammy Woodward. First foul of the second half, and it will not be shooting foul. Looks like they'll enter it into Shanks. He's going to back down Woodward. Jump shot, a little long and brought down, and Hughes gets right there on it and is able to shovel it out. A great play by Raven Hughes. Shanks goes to the basket, and now she's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2 shots.
That was a great play by Hughes. Hughes having a fantastic outing. 3 blocks so far. She's been one of the key contributors to that suffocating defense we talked about. She's been all over. She's been great help defense. Whenever someone's streaking down, she sagged off her defender a bit, but is able to get back if the pass gets out. Just a great game. Hughes has been on fire tonight.
Shanks hits the first free throw. Second one on the way would put Illinois Wesleyan up by 20, and it does. So 36-16 our score, and Illinois Wesleyan showing no sign of pulling off the press as they'll keep it on. So see Gia Marino work it around and get it over to Woodward on the other side. Woodward passes it out and almost gets all the way past Kalber, but Kalber keeps it on this side of the court, rotates it back over to Gia Marino. Pass inside, batted away by Hughes, and there's another steal on a turnover for Carthage. Shanks receives and gets it up the sideline. Wants to enter it into Merritt, guarded by Sidlowski. Schneider's in the corner, goes back out to Shanks. There it is to Merritt. Faces up, puts up the jump shot, and it's good. Sidlowski couldn't get a hand up as Merritt had the quick release. Got the jump on her there and put it in for 2 points.
And Carthage has got to switch up their game. They keep playing the low post, passing it in, getting the ball around, passing it down low. It's not working for them. They've had such a hard time scoring. They are a great outside shooting team, and they look so reluctant to let that ball fly from long range.
10-second violation. And there's Illinois Wesleyan coughing up another turnover from Carthage. No steal this time, just great defense keeping them on this side of the court to pick up the violation. But Owen, you talked about in the last possession. I think you're exactly right. Inside pass to Schneider, and that's a great post feed and a great finish. But I am also surprised Carthage has not taken many 3-pointers this half. They've only attempted 6. They're 1 for 6. Sidlowski gets it down low and kicks it out. Now a nice drive and a great layup that just barely bounces out. Rebound up top to Sidlowski, no good. Brings it down again, kicks outside. 3-pointer is just short. That one was attempted by Kalis. But again, just their 7th attempt, and they're 1 for 7.
And you want to look at just how well Illinois Wesleyan is playing defense. Carthage shooting 25% on the night, 21.4% in the first half.
Rebound comes out to Merritt. Now we've got a foul. We'll see where this one comes, and referees going to confer there a little bit.
It looks like it might be on Sidlowski, just using that elbow to get the defender out of her face.
And that's her 4th foul, and that's a big problem for Carthage. One more foul, and Sidlowski will have to take the seat for the rest of the game. She's the leading scorer. She's got 8 points for this Carthage team, so they cannot afford to lose her, but they've got to send her to the bench for now. Gonna need to find another way to score. as Merritt works inside and is fouled on the shot. She'll head to the line for 2. Merritt, we talked about it, so good from the stripe. And this is a great drive. Good pump fake. Getting between 2 defenders and certainly fouled on the arm there by Kalis. Gets the first free throw to go.
And a play like that shows just why she's the leading scorer. She's so good driving in low and getting not only that, but the second chance points.
Still in the full court trap here. Ball goes over to Gilbert. Gilbert's got to find a place to go with it. She gets it across half court to Kalis. Kalis goes up and she's fouled, and that's a great attack of the basket by Autumn Kalis. Good pass by Gilbert inside, finding the hole in the middle of the zone, and then Kalis takes it right at Anderson.
And I really like that move by Kalis. Kalis showing some of the first lines of life for this squad in the half. If she can keep up this aggressive slashing play, she could make a pretty big impact. No one else on the team really having a strong night. But her so far, 5 points, 3 rebounds and assists, 2 for 2 from the line. If she can continue to get to the line, she can make a big difference, shooting 76% on the season.
Illinois Wesleyan breaking the press with ease. Now Carthage having to settle back into half-court defense. Great drive and also a good block on the other side by Berrigan. Berrigan does a great job there. It's a good drive by Schneider, but Berrigan keeps the hands up, gets all ball, and will stay with Illinois Wesleyan, but stops the layup attempt there. Gets it to Shanks. Shanks puts up the layup. No good. Rebounded Gilbert. And now a fast break out to Kalis. Kalis will pull up a 3. And that one is good to go. And again, signs of life, as you said, Owen. And this is what Carthage needs to do. Sosa, a 3-pointer on the other side. Hers is good. So the teams trade 3s here. And we see a little bit more scoring than we've seen, especially in a couple possession stretch, trading buckets and then trading 3s as well. Woodward outside to Gilbert to try another 3, and that one's good. Just like that, things have opened up for Carthage, especially as they've hit 2 straight 3s, and we were just mentioning before, now they're 3 for 9 on the night.
And this is a good rhythm. They should keep taking them, especially getting the ball into Kalis, who is their leading scorer on the season. She's really been taken out of the game so far, but starting to get the ball moving through her and finishing with her, that's what you want to see.
And there's a great pass up ahead, and it's finished by Gilbert. Carthage really coming out here, and they're on a 5-0 run in just the last minute. Passed up ahead to Sosa. Illinois Wesleyan still not much trouble breaking the press from Carthage. Inside pass, beautiful job. Great pass from Merritt, great seal by Shanks. Woodward down, it's a 1-on-1. Great spin move inside. Right-handed floater, no good though, as ball is saved by Berrigan, but only to have it roll out of bounds again.
And I like the signs of life we're seeing. Carthage is doing a great job of coming back slowly but surely in this game, and it's exactly through what they need to do. Getting stops and shooting from the perimeter. And shooting from the perimeter opens up the lanes, and that's what we've seen so far with Kalis being able to drive in.
Merritt kicks back out, and now a skip pass all the way over to the other side. 3-pointer is good by Samantha Monroe.
However, it doesn't help when the Titans have started to find their own stroke from long range.
Larson fouled as Schneider was going for the steal. Actually, Larson the one, looked like Larson was the one that picked up the foul there, but now the other referee on the sideline wants to come in and have a discussion here. So we'll see what the final call coming out of this one will be. The foul will stay against Carthage, so Illinois Wesleyan will retain possession. We'll break here for the media timeout. But things here, again, speeding up a little bit as Carthage getting a couple shots to drop, 2 straight three-pointers, a couple nice fast break layups, and Owen, you said it well, it's going to come, at least in part, from behind the line. If this Carthage team is going to come back, they're down by 24 currently, so if they're going to come back, they're going to need help from behind the line. And that means they're going to need to take some threes. I wouldn't, if I were them, hesitate to do that because, as you said, you know, they've got quite a mountain to climb back if they're going to come into this game.
Yeah.
So focus on taking those threes, but also finding cutters. Fast break points will be important, but they're going to need some help from behind the line if they're going to bring it back in this one.
Yeah, and we saw them in the first half. They had a lot of lightly covered threes. None of them were very open. That's just because Illinois Wesleyan has been playing great defense both in and outside of the line, but they had some that were only lightly contested that they still hesitated, gave up, decided to dump it down low. But as we saw, it wasn't working. Hughes having 3 blocks, and then many other players just playing great post defense. So if they can get some shots going, even just taking them, being a risk, opens up those lanes, and we can see some of the guards and some of the taller players get down low and maybe start playing a low game, but if you don't activate that three-point shot, it's not going to matter.
And a 37% is their percentage as a team. That's a great team percentage.
It's a fantastic percentage, which is why it was so shocking in the first half. But we've seen them do a little bit better, going 3 for their last 4.
Sosa outside, a runner from the free throw line, and that was a great move as worked up to the free throw line and just floated it over top of her defender.
Yeah, Sosa's a really smart player, and I like what I've seen out of her tonight. She is absolutely going to be dangerous.
Ball rotated around, and screen wanted to get the ball down low to Berrigan, but couldn't quite do it. Gilbert works against Sosa, skip pass across the other side. Larson there, ball gets tangled up, and now Berrigan's the one that comes away with it. Her jumper is no good. Rebounded underneath by Larson, who puts the layup back in. Illinois Wesleyan hits it as it'll be tipped out of bounds. A great effort by Kalber to get over there and knock that one out of bounds.
That was a great play by her. That was a scary play. I thought maybe she hit her head on the table, but she got up right away. So I'm glad to see she's okay. But that's what it's going to take to come back, is plays like that. Effort plays, off-ball plays.
Gia Marino checked in just for Kalis, and Kalis, one of those players that was kind of supporting the little run that they had together, as now another three-pointer comes. This one from Samantha Monroe of Illinois Wesleyan. Now they've got a 10-2 run going into the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
And they really found their shooting stroke, going 3 for 4 from the line in their last 4. That is fantastic.
Great drive, step-through move, but no good from Gilbert. Kicks it back outside. Three-pointer on the way, and she hits it. That's Maddie Kalber. Sosa gets the ball on the sideline, works past her defender. Now in the open, tried to pass it up ahead to Bravelli, but taken away by Gilbert. Gilbert now over to the other side. Gets it to Larson. Screen by Berrigan. Larson takes a deep 3, and she hits that one. Wow, well, 3 feet behind the arc.
Absolutely buried it from downtown. That was a great move by Berrigan, drawing her defender off with the pick and roll.
See it here, and yeah, that's a good 3 to 4 feet behind the arc. She had the space, defender wasn't there, and put it up and in. Now, off the missed three-pointer here, it was tipped by Carthage, so Illinois Wesleyan will keep possession. A big group substitution comes in for them. Over to Shanks. Shanks down low to Bravelli. Bravelli kicks out. Schneider over to Hughes, and now on this side it's Anderson. Anderson works off a screen. Shot clock down to 5. Schneider works inside. Cross lane pass to Hughes, who hits a jumper. That's her second or third just nice little jumper that we've seen Hughes put in. That 10 to 12 foot range, she's been deadly tonight. And now Carthage is going to have to hurry up, and instead they throw it away. They were getting close to that 10-second, and then Gia Marino just tried to get it to Berrigan, but wasn't able to find her.
And that was great defense. Carthage has got to have more players stay back to prevent that trap from working. They always have 3 players run down, only 1 stay back, and it's not going to work if they're playing 3-man press.
Over in the corner to Shanks. Ball screen comes from Anderson. Bravelli traveled before she took the dribble there and doesn't look happy about it. Woodward checks in now. Here's the screen. Comes from Schneider's and lifted up the foot, put the other one down. That's a good call by the referee. This trap is relentless as now Carthage gets it across the half court. Good job breaking it there. Woodward was open in the corner, had to pass it up. Now deep three-pointer attempted. It'll go up high and rebounded down low. Going to be a foul. That'll be on the floor. Haley R. got the nice offensive rebound and then was fouled as she tried to gather the ball there.
Oh, and that's a great rebound in between 3 Titan players. But that's a great play. That's exactly what they switched up and has been working.
That's a nice inbound set as well. Berrigan comes off 2 screens and is wide open. Illinois Wesleyan in a little bit of trouble for a second, but a great give and go. Getting the ball back to Shanks. She's fouled as she goes up for the shot, and now she'll head to the line. Foul is on Berrigan, and here we see it. Shanks comes and does a great job. Little jump stop, pump fake. Fouled there by Berrigan, who picks up her 3rd.
And that's why Shanks is a great offensive player, doing so good at playing her defender into her hand. And I'm so excited by what Carthage has been doing this quarter. They have just turned it on offensively. In the first half, they only went 1 for 6 from 3. In the 3rd quarter alone, gone 4 for 6.
Berrigan gets it over to Woodward. Ball's a scramble on the ground, and it's foul. It'll go against Illinois Wesleyan's 22. That's Nina Anderson.
And Anderson having great play. Didn't need to commit the foul, though. The Carthage player had it stumbling with it. Was not going to be able to get it out in time.
And now another foul. This time it's against Schneider and gets called for the reach there just in the open court. Berrigan had it, and it's just that hand on the hip. It's the right arm that kind of gets inside, and that's going to be called by the referee most times. Kalis has checked back in the game, and she's the one to bring it up for Carthage with a minute to go in our 3rd quarter. 59-36 our score here. Illinois Wesleyan in the lead. Carthage now working it around. Sammy Woodward attempts a 3-pointer. It's off the front of the rim. Shanks works up ahead, sees Hughes, works inside, kicks out at the right time, and then ball has to be rotated out. Anderson will take a 3 off the side of the rim, rebound to R. Now she'll pass it back to Kalis to bring it over this side of the court. Woodward gets another pass, works inside, kicks out. Jumper by R is good, and that's a nice pass and just a nice clean jump shot. Again, another 10 to 12 footer. Streaking across the middle, Anderson gets the pass, and now 10 seconds. Shot clock is off. They'll have a chance to take the last shot. Shanks works inside with 5 to go. Off of her own foot, out of bounds. So with 3.6 seconds left, Carthage can have a chance to get a shot off.
And if I was Carthage, I'd be trying my absolute hardest to get the ball to Kalis. When the ball is moving through her, they're not suffering as much.
Kalis' shot almost good, just short. And so our 3rd quarter comes to an end. It's 59-38. Illinois Wesleyan leads over Carthage. We've got 1 quarter to play, and and it was like you said in this quarter where we saw Carthage finally pick it up, 4 for 6 from behind the line and get some things going on offense. The only problem there is that Illinois Wesleyan matched them step for step.
That is frustrating, but you gotta feel good that at least you're getting something going. 4th quarter about to start, so the opportunity to come back is slowly slipping away from them. They're gonna have to make a big run here in order to really push Illinois Wesleyan. But Illinois Wesleyan tonight has just been outstanding. They have been so great, both offensively and defensively, on the ball, off the ball, help defense, isolation defense. Every aspect of their game tonight has been excellent. And that shows why this team is so good coming into this game with a 21-4 record. That is hard to do. They are so skilled, so dangerous.
Yeah, and Illinois Wesleyan's held the lead all game long. Carthage never able to get anything going out of the start, and so Illinois Wesleyan's been in the lead ever since this one began. They've been in the driver's seat. One good thing for Carthage, though, out of this 3rd quarter, it's been a 10-4 run to cap it off. Illinois Wesleyan actually got their largest lead of the game with 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go in that 3rd quarter. It was 55-28, a 27-point lead for Illinois Wesleyan, but Carthage brought it back in with a 10-4 run to end things out. Cut the lead. It's now 59-38, just a 21-point lead. 1 quarter left to play. A quick check-in on the score in Rock Island. As we said, North Central against Wheaton. North Central currently with a 57-54 lead with 14 minutes and 31 seconds left in the half. Kalis up top, over to Woodward. Looking to cut through, over to Berrigan. And now a foul. Who's this one coming against? Let's see. Raven Hughes, the one that gets it here. She's trying to work in front there, get ahead of R, who is in the paint, and just gets a little too much with the hands. Now she's guarding Gilbert. Inside pass just barely tipped by Berrigan, puts it in. Gets a chance for a 3-point play as she heads to the line.
And that's a great move by Berrigan. Getting off her defender, just making a quick move and getting the and one. Using her body to shield from her defender. That's what you want to see.
Really good inside pass as well to set up that layup. Berrigan at the line now, a 78% free throw shooter. Little confusion at the scorer's table as you see head coach Tim Bernero over there. We're not exactly sure what's going on the other side, but as things get sorted out here in just a second, with Berrigan having a chance to head to the line for a free throw here, you know, that's part of what we talked about. It's going to be a combination of 3-pointers and also you know, good inside passes, and I really like that pass from the top of the key, a good bounce pass where it was timed really well. Berrigan worked to seal off her defender just at the time the pass was coming, and if the pass had come a second earlier, it easily would have been picked off. But Berrigan got the step, got around her defender, and got the ball, then was able to get things up and in, and with the foul, she completes the 3-point play there. Carthage still keeping their press on. Sosa brings it across half court. Great pass, good cut by Sydney Shanks, who puts in the layup. Shanks doing a great job to cut from the corner across the baseline, just as Sosa came up and drew her defender. That's great offensive presence from both of those players.
Yeah, that was a very pretty pocket pass by Sosa.
R hits the turnaround jumper, picked up her dribble, made a pivot, and then put in the jump shot. Nice job by R. Now Sosa in the corner, guarded by Gilbert, works inside. Another pass to Shanks, and that time she dribbled it off her foot. Otherwise, it would have probably been another layup. Similar thing here as Sosa came in. Shanks knew just when to cut at the right time and was there before turning it over.
Sosa and Shanks having a great chemistry right now.
Woodward passes across the middle. Sosa there got a hand on it, and Berrigan came in foul there. And that's going to be Berrigan's 4th foul as well. So now, 2 main post players from Carthage, Rachel Sadlowski and Berrigan, are both in foul trouble. Looks like we do see Sadlowski sitting at the scores table ready to check in, most likely for Berrigan.
And not only that, Kayla's having 3 fouls so far.
Anderson works inside for the offensive board and then puts it up. Timeout going to be for Illinois Wesleyan here. And this is just, look, you see just barely right there at the top of the key. Works inside, puts up 1 dribble. Goes up through a little bit of contact with a nice layup. And finishes for 2.
And that was somewhat of an acrobatic shot, really off balance. That was a nice lay-in.
Over in Rock Island, we're going to keep an eye on this game as it goes down 66-63. North Central leading Wheaton with 10 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Over here on this side, 63-43, Illinois Wesleyan with a 20-point lead over Carthage. And again, the winner of this game will be facing off against the winner of our next game, starting at 7 o'clock. So that one's between Wheaton College and North Park. So that'll be here at King Arena tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. It'll be the 2019 Women's CCIW Championship game. And it'll be right here on WTSN for you to tune in. Thanks for joining us, Owen Phoenix, and I'm Abram Erickson. 8 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Illinois Wesleyan out on the court, and Carthage now walking on.
Abram, with 8:19 left in the game, I want to talk about the game of Hughes, Illinois Wesleyan. 4 for 4 on the night, 9 points. Only 1 personal foul, but that just is a testament to how great of defense she's played tonight. 3 blocks, 2 steals, 3 rebounds. Managed to be all over the court and be the most disruptive player out here with playing clean defense and not fouling.
Yeah, and Raven Hughes, as we mentioned at the start of this one, elected to the 2nd team All-CCIW. Great accomplishment for the sophomore. Great job by Gilbert to go off the screen and gets the and 1. The screen was set up top. The defender thought she was going to go the other way. A great crossover. You see Sadlowski here, and then boom. With the right, goes, and Merritt tries to recover late, but just gets her right across the arm, and she gets it to go.
And that was a vicious first step. Just absolutely froze her defender.
Sosa over to Schneider. Carthage faithful with their press. Over to Shanks in the corner. Shanks stops for a little jumper. No good. 2 Illinois Wesleyan players there to get the rebound. It was Sosa that came down with it. Merritt, a jumper from the free throw line. Wide open is good. She knocks it down. Kalis gets it over to Gilbert. Got to break the press, and Sosa gets the deflection, and the steal goes up and gets the underhanded left-handed layup to drop.
Sosa's having a great game of her own.
Pass over to Gilbert. And now just getting it across. And actually the 10-second call is called before it was over the line, so Illinois Wesleyan coming up with another defensive stop. Now the 21st turnover of the night for Carthage, and that's really going to be the stat that at the end of this is probably going to be the most glaring here for Carthage. Their inability to consistently break that full court trap has been what's really kept them struggling throughout this one.
Yeah, and looking through film, if you want to know what went wrong in this game for Carthage, that's the stat you're going to have to look at. Down 21 with 6:53 left in the game, 24 points off turnovers for Illinois Wesleyan.
And now a great offensive rebound right there off of the shot by Merritt, but it was now another turnover in the center. Merritt Goes over to Sosa. Now it's Shanks on the wing. Drives in with the right hand, passes off to Merritt. Jumper just outside the elbow is good. And a timeout here as the Illinois Wesleyan fans in the house are on their feet. Great job by Merritt. Collects herself, puts it up and in, 71-46.
And Merritt, her 17th point of the game. She is 1 rebound shy of matching both her points and rebound averages for the season. This is exactly what we should have been seeing out of her tonight. She's doing exactly what's expected of her by her team, the other team, and all the fans. Merritt is a great player, and her, as well as so many other players on the team, have just made such a deep impact that it's no wonder why they're up as much as they are.
Yeah, and Illinois Wesleyan has a great point spread. If you take a look at the box score, Merritt's in the lead with 17, but after that, 3 more players in double digits. Sosa with 13, Shanks and Schneider both have 10. Right after that, Hughes comes in with 9, and then a couple more players with a couple of buckets. So a really, really good spread out stat line between Illinois Wesleyan. Over on the Carthage side, no one's been able to break into double digits for this team. Gilbert has 9. She's leading the team. Both Sidlowski and Kalis have 8. R has 6. And then Larson and Berrigan both have 5 apiece. I'll be interested to see with 6.5 minutes to go, and now what's still a 25-point lead, if at any point Illinois Wesleyan brings off this press. Now Kalis has success dribbling right through it. Pass over to R, and her layup is no good. Blocked out of bounds, so it'll stick with Carthage.
If I were to guess, I don't think Illinois Wesleyan's going to call off this press. This is a disciplined team, and they play buzzer to buzzer.
Gilbert, no good, and Hughes right there again for a block.
And
that's going to be your 4th of the night.
That's a great play by Raven Hughes. Once again, disrupting anything in the low post.
Gilbert drives in with the left hand, puts it up, and she's fouled, this time by Hughes. Gilbert will head to the line for 2 shots. 5 out on the court right now for Carthage is Gilbert, Woodward, R, Kalis, and Calber. We see now Amanda Larson check in for Sammy Woodward. Over on the Illinois Wesleyan side, it's Raven Hughes, it's Schneider, Merritt, Sosa, as well as Monroe. Ball over to Monroe. We saw Monroe hit back-to-back 3-pointers in that 3rd quarter. She's 2 for 3 on the night from behind the arc. 6 minutes now as the clock ticks down. Pass is errant there by Schneider, and she wanted to hit Sosa, and Sosa was making a nice baseline cut, but pass was just too high, went out of bounds. Kalis here. She's had some success dribbling through this press, and now works up, blocked by Merritt. A great block. No contact, all ball. Monroe over to the other side and back up to Merritt. Wants to enter it in the post, instead has to get it out to Schneider, who popped out. And now a foul on Kalis as Schneider dribbled across the free throw line, got bumped by Kalis, and now it's Kalis's 4th.
3 players in foul trouble. This is not good for Carthage. At some point, you have to expect Carthage to start bringing in their deep bench players.
Merritt's jumper no good. Offensive rebound. Out to Monroe. Monroe's 3-pointer is good. And Monroe, that is her 3rd 3-pointer of the night. She got 9 points. 5 minutes to go as Gilbert works her way through the press. Guarded by Shanks, who just checked in. Calber over on the side, up to Kalis. Kalis drives in, ball stripped away. Shanks works out in the front court. It's a 3-on-3 and now allows time for her offense to settle. Monroe outside, now a pass into Schneider. Schneider works right past her defender, and that's a great move. And her defender, number 12, Amanda Larson of Carthage, had her hands up, and Schneider just went right by her.
Yeah, that was a great move by Schneider. Schneider's had a quietly great game tonight, going 6 for 9, 12 points. Every bucket has just been smoother than the last.
A great save and a great assist there. Shot drops by Maddie Calver, but it was the save by Haley R. that was really something to look at, as she threw it behind her back and hit her right on the money. They are breaking the press. Is Illinois Wesleyan. Merritt finishes off the fast break. She's now got 19 points. Down below 4 minutes in this one. Kalis works inside, blocked away by Shanks, so it'll stay with Carthage. Now the 8th block on the night for Illinois Wesleyan, as a host of players step out, presumably for the last time. Shanks, Schneider, and Merritt, 3 players finishing with 3 great games here.
And the all CCIW athletes tonight on the court have been very clear about why they deserve that honor, and we have seen exactly what we expect from all CCIW players.
Over and back. It's a backcourt violation by Carthage, and that gives time for Sammy Woodward to check back in. She'll check in for Amanda Larson. We've also got a new substitute on the Illinois Wesleyan side. Number 15, Brooke Lansford, has checked in, as well as number 33, Kaylee Jones. So has 13, Anna Lois, and 5, Riley Bravelli. Pass to Bravelli, kicks out. Lansford wide open, no good. Rebounded, nice rebound by Kalis as Jones almost got in there for the steal. Kalis passes over to Gilbert. Gilbert works inside, back out. Kalis for a 3. Good. That one was smooth. Didn't even have time to set her feet. Put that one up. Jumper was real nice as dropped down, and that gives Carthage their first person over 10 points, and that's Kalis with 11 now.
Kalis having a great night. The best night probably on the Carthage team. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 for 5 from behind the line. That's what you want to see out of your starting point guard.
Lansford over on this side to Lois. Lois works in. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Kalis. Kalis working up, sees Kalber in the corner. Kalber kicks off to Woodward. Woodward, 3-pointer. Gets that one to go, and that's Sammy Woodward's first 3-pointer of the night. And now a turnover by Illinois Wesleyan will give Carthage the ball back. Woodward finally gets it going from behind the arc, but it's going to be too late. She is one of their biggest 3-point threats. Shoots 39.8% from behind the arc, but tonight just 1 for 5.
And Illinois Wesleyan starting to pull back on the defensive effort. Woodward had about a mile of space out there,
as Kalis' 3 is just in and out. Lansford works across the middle and goes over to Lois. Lansford's up top, gets it in the middle to Bravelli. She's at the top of the key, guarded by Sidlowski. Pass up top to Bravelli, and now the shot clock is running down. Gets it inside. Bravelli, layup, no good. Rebound outside to Giamarino. Michaela Giamarino brings it up the court. Hand off to Gilbert. Gilbert, nice spin dribble inside, and a foul called against Kaylee Jones. So with 1 minute and 38 seconds to go, we're going to see Bailey Gilbert at the line.
And we talked about when are we going to see that press finally let up, and looks like it has finally happened. Both teams running out the clock.
Gilbert misses the first free throw. And now we see Samantha Monroe checking out and Emily Ferris checking in for the first time tonight. Gilbert's second free throw is good. Score is now 78-57. See a kicked ball violation. Carthage is going to keep their press on. Lansford with it now. Another kicked ball by Kalis. We'll see now. Going over the scorer's table, checking something out. The referee is here. Looks like we're all set to start play back up. Lois will be the inbounder. Goes into Lansford. Splits two defenders and out up ahead. Lansford hands it off to Bravelli. Back to Lansford in the corner. Minute and 20 now to go. Lost her dribble, enters it into the post to Bravelli, and Lois is outside. Ferris now, guarded by Woodward. Screened by Bravelli, tried to fit the pass through. Couldn't quite do it as jump ball. It'll stay with Illinois Wesleyan. You can see where Ferris was going with that one, but there just wasn't enough space between the screener and the defender to fit that pass through.
And you got to commend Carthage playing all the way to the end of this game. Despite the score, they have just put in all the effort and refused to quit.
Drive inside now by Woodward, and can't quite finish on the other end as the layup rolls off the back of the rim, and Carthage will pull off some of the pressure now as we're down below a minute. Hand off to Lois up top, and now Ferris. Looks like we're running a little bit of a handoff weave situation up top, and we'll probably run the shot clock down here as Bravelli gets it in instead. Almost stolen by Woodward, but Bravelli does a good job in getting it out. 5 on the shot clock. Lansford step back three-pointer. Looked like it was tipped. Shot clock violation. So 25.8 seconds. The shot clock will be turned off. So Carthage here has a chance to hold on for a last shot. We've got 3 substitutes entering the game. Number 12, Amanda Larson. Number 21, Taylor Josefowitz. And number 14, Maggie Rena.
And this is going to be a pretty big win for Illinois Wesleyan, winning the game by 21. It was a big win, but it was not a pretty one. If they're going to move on to play the winner of the following game, they're definitely going to have to tighten up some bolts. Having 16 turnovers for Illinois Wesleyan. Granted, Carthage having 24, but 16 in the next round is going to be a killer if they're trying to move on and win the CCIW championship.
Kalis at the line after the foul. She hit the first free throw. It gives her 12 points on the night. And there's the 13th. She's the leading scorer for her team. And now Illinois Wesleyan. Lansford will bring it up. Clock ticks down, and Illinois Wesleyan fans in the stands begin to applaud as Illinois Wesleyan is the winner of this one. 78-59 over Carthage College. Illinois Wesleyan moves on to the CCIW championship tomorrow night. And so they will be playing the winner of our next game. And they'll be playing tomorrow night, as I said, in the 2019 Women's Basketball CCIW championship game. It'll be played here at King Arena in Wheaton College. And it'll be played against the winner of the game, which will be starting shortly in just about 30 minutes. That game will be between the Wheaton Thunder and North Park. Now as Illinois Wesleyan gathers at the center of the court here, and a couple quick takeaways before we throw this one back out.
Well, we can see just why some of these players are all CCIW athletes. Raven Hughes had an absolutely monster game on defense. Not to mention Maddie Merritt, Sydney Shank, and Kendall Sosa, all fantastic players, all having fantastic outings. And this is what you want to see out of your athletes who are selected to an all-CCIW team, is consistent performance. And those 4 players are going to be huge moving on to the next round.
All right, well, stick with us here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We're going to go off air for just a couple minutes here before we head back in for our 7 o'clock game, which will be the Wheaton Thunder against North Park. So stay tuned, as I said, just about 20 more minutes before that game starts. But thank you for joining us here for this semifinal matchup. Again, Illinois Wesleyan taking the lead 78-59 over Carthage. I'm Abram Erickson, along with Owen Phoenix and everyone at the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at tip-off of the next game. Thank you.